Grass can sway. When something sways, it moves gently back and forth. In fact, when you see the wind blowing and it causes the grass to sway, it can also rustle a little bit. Like you can see the grass moving in the wind. You know, a really cool place to see something sway is when a farmer has a field of wheat or barley or oats. When it's almost ripe and it's nice and yellow, it will sometimes sway and make really cool patterns. But yes, to sway means to go back and forth gently like that. Sometimes when you're pulling a trailer behind a car, the trailer will sway. That's not a good thing. To ravage, to pummel, and to lay waste. So sometimes nature is quite harsh. It can do damage. So sometimes you'll hear them say, the storm ravaged the town. The storm ravaged the coast. That means that the winds were so strong that damage was done. You can actually see here that the dirt has eroded under the houses, okay? And the houses have started to crumble. So when a storm ravages a city or coastline, it means that it does damage. The wind is so strong that damage is done by the wind. Usually the wind, the water does damage as well, but it will ravage. To pummel, we use this to talk about like waves can pummel the shore during a storm. The rain can just pummel the building. The wind can pummel. When you pummel, it's like, you can see me making a fist, right? It's like nature, it doesn't necessarily have to cause damage. So that's the difference. If you use ravage, there's damage. If you use pummel, it means it might eventually damage something. But these waves, I would say, are bigger than normal in this photo, and they are pummeling the shore. So the waves are going to pummel the shore all day long and maybe cause some damage. And then to lay waste. So this is when there is like destruction, like beyond just ravaging the coast. If there's just all kinds of houses that have fallen over because of the wind, we would say that the storm laid waste to that town. So you can see here, obviously a tornado or hurricane came through and it laid waste to this area. Everything is severely damaged. So again, sometimes nature isn't nice. It can ravage, it can pummel, and it can lay waste. I have not experienced any of those three. I live in a fairly calm area. We sometimes get windstorms and small tornadoes, but nothing like other parts of the world. To chirp. We go quickly to something a lot more pleasant. Sometimes in the morning, if my window's open, the birds will chirp. I can hear the birds chirping outside. It's sometimes it's enjoyable. Sometimes when I want to sleep in, it's not enjoyable. But usually I don't mind waking up to the sound of birds chirping. The birds, I'm thinking, I don't think the birds are going to chirp today because it's raining. The birds will probably be sheltering somewhere. But when you hear a bird chirp, it's like, or I think I can do a mourning dove. That's more of a coo, I guess. Birds can coo as well. Anyways, chirp. That's a bad sound. When you go to Niagara Falls, the water will mist, okay? When you drive along Niagara Falls, there's an area where there's just always moisture in the air, because as the water hits and goes over, it will mist. It will cause really, really small water droplets to fly away. So yes, one of the fun things about Niagara Falls is that the water will mist, and then you will have this nice, so on a hot day, it's nice to go to Niagara Falls. There's this nice cool mist all the time. Notice I'm using it as a verb and as a noun. So it will mist.